I was trying to make sure we were live.
Suicide may feel impossible to overcome, but with help and support, you can find hope and meaning. Call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK to speak to a counselor, or visit suicidepreventionlifeline.org. It's free, it's confidential, it's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And even if it feels like it, you're not alone.
Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, I'm afraid to eat anything now.
Maybe you need some cheese to block it up.
Oh, I think something was wrong with the chicken because I smoked the chicken in the kielbasa out on the grill.
Yeah.
And the chicken is like really tough. And I'm like, I don't know if it's because I put it right on top of the flame, because the kielbasa was up on the rack up here, you know?
It could be interesting. Well, I mean, if it wasn't bacon set, it would have been okay.
Oh, it was 170 degrees when I took it off the grill.
Wow, you fucked it. You fried it. You made it. Absorbent for water. A little tough, a little dry.
Very tough, very dry.
Well, that wouldn't have been enough to make your stomach sick. That would have killed almost everything on it. If you would have taken it to the next level of like around 189 to 190, it would have turned soft again.
Well, no, because when I checked it and I saw it was like, I said, oh, shit. You know, because it says to cook it for like an hour and a half. Smoking it. Not grilling it, smoking it.
Well, that's smoking temperatures.
Yeah.
Is getting it up there, but you got to get it past 170. There's a point when you smoke meats, there's a dry zone, and then like you cook up to a certain point and it's juicy, and then it gets dried out.
Yeah, but 170 is too much.
And then when you get beyond that, like briskets, you take up to around 190, 195 to start, and that takes all the soluble fats.
No, I'm saying when I stuck the thermometer in there to check the temperature of the food, it was 170.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to explain to you.
It should have been 155.
For smoked chicken.
Yeah, it was too high.
It wouldn't have hurt you though, because it would have been.
No, I'm just saying that's why it was dry and it was tough, you know?
Yeah, you took all the moisture out of it.
Yeah, because the kielbasa that I had up on the rack was juicy and it tastes good. But I'm like, maybe the kielbasa been in the freezer too long and
could have been.
Maybe the kielbasa is making me sick. I don't know what the hell I'm doing anymore.
That's why you stick to frozen pizzas. That's what you need to tell Jordan. That's why I eat so much pizza, bitch. I saw a skunk at the end of your street. 4 or 5 houses in.
As long as he ain't in my house.
Hanging down there.
I don't give a shit where he's at as long as he ain't here.
Overcooking the meat shouldn't have made you sick.
Man, I sure know how to take over. There's nobody listening. Literally, the only person listening is in Russia. Oh, now I remember what it was. Lexi
Yes.
got a new band, which if I checked my emails, I might even have the music.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I never check it. I couldn't tell you. Like, they might have sent it to me, and I don't know.
Yeah, and your favorite hospital opened up for a horror haunted house thing too.
Yeah, I told Jalen I was going to take him there.
The Eloise,
Yeah.
Alice Cooper opened it up or something like that.
They named a road after him there.
I was gonna ask you how you felt about that.
Well, ask me on air, I guess. I may have an answer.
Well, that's what I was gonna do, is ask you on air about it.
Forgot what it was called. Hollywood something? Hollywood something is all I remember. The name of his real name's Travis, not Lexi. That was another shock. I'm like, his name's Travis? And he's got no hair.
That's wild.
Well, I knew that from interviewing now. At the Royal Oak Music Theater, we interviewed him.
Yeah.
And they're like, we go around that, because like you got to go out of the Royal Oak Music Theater. You got to go out one door and in another one. So like you literally go out of the building and then back in to go backstage.
It's a fucked up place.
Yeah. And so we go back there, and the guy's like, oh yeah, you can interview Lexi and Styx, like, okay, great. And then he says, he goes, oh, wait a minute. They got to get into character. They didn't have their wigs on. So I saw Lexi putting his wig on, and I'm
That's
like,
hilarious.
and I'm like, oh my, that's why these guys could go out in public, nobody knows, except for Michael Starr, because he looks the way he really is, But the rest of them could go out in public and nobody would know, take their wigs and that off. You'd never know.
That's wild. That's funny. That's, I guess, probably how they maintain their characters, right? They could do anything they want. Nobody would know.
I forgot the name of his band, though. Now it's pissing me off. I wonder if it's in the music folder.
David Lee Roth retirement.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that too, because there's a
Blabbermouth.net, former Steel Panther bassist Travis Haley, aka Lexi Fox, of Hollywood Gods and Monsters.
Yeah, you can read it.
Oh, great.
You got it.
I just found it from the message you sent me.
Yeah.
Blabbermouth.net.
Yeah, Blabbermouth's a good one. This is going to be weird trying to do this like this, but we'll see if it works. Let me see if these things work. Yeah, they work. Okay.
They work.
I'm going to try to do this, but I'm going to have to try to do it like that, I guess. No, it's not. No, I never know. God, I hope this works. I don't know about all of that, but we do have a show tonight.
Holy shit, we do.
Broken wrist and all, the show must go on, right? It is the Plankman Show, tapdetroit.com. Why do I feel like I can't hear myself? Maybe.
I don't know.
I'm deaf. You know, you got to...
Turn it up, man. Turn it up to 7.
Yeah, poor Ted. I cranked the headphones up, and then Ted's over there going, oh, my God, I got to turn them down.
Dude, crank that thing up to 11, man.
That was the beauty of me and Tiny, because we both were deaf. So I would crank the headphones up, and he'd be like, oh, thank God, I couldn't hear shit, man. So it never bothered him. Poor Ted's right now, he's going like, oh, my God, he cranked
it up a little bit. I'm like, what the hell?
He's like, it's too fucking loud, man. Like,
yeah, man.
But it is Plankman Show, tapdetroit.com. Tune in, and we are on YouTube right now, and nobody is watching, so it's fine.
Who wants to watch this one? There's other things on.
Kind of started off on a serious note. We played the PSA for suicide prevention, and that's like no joke. That's like a serious thing. I know we play a lot of what would you call them, Ted? Phony commercials?
Parodies.
Parodies. There you go. That's a good
commercial
word.
Parodies.
Let's use that. I've never known what to call them. They're parodies, and but that's a serious one. That is
not a parody.
Not a parody. That's 100%. Suicide is no joke. If you're having thoughts of suicide or whatever, call the number that we'll play the PSA again. Because it's not a joke, you know. Like I know a lot of people, especially like since the whole COVID thing, you know, and a lot of people aren't going anywhere, you know. I know people start to get what do they call it? Cabin fever.
Cabin fever. That works.
You know, where I haven't seen people in so long, you know.
Well, humans by nature are sort of socialist, or social animals.
Yeah, we all want to socialize.
Except for me, I can care less. I can be in the woods with nobody around and be just fine.
I'll drink to that.
But no, I mean, as a general rule, humans like to have interaction with other humans.
Yeah, it does help. Keeps you from going bonkers. So
that's why once a week I actually get to interact with a human down here.
Yeah.
I save it all for you.
So we will be playing the suicide PSA throughout the show tonight. I just want to put it out there that is not a joke. That is a real thing. I know we play a lot of commercials on, you know, like the John
hundreds of commercials here.
Like we play the John Fox one. It's a joke. You know, we play a lot of joke commercials. But this one is serious. I want everybody to know, take it seriously. Suicide's not a joke. If you know somebody or if anybody you know is even thinking about something like that, you know, talk to them, try to get them the help they need. So there is my public service announcement for the day. So I started the show off with a couple from Slaughter. I played Days Gone By, and I played Fly to the Angels. It's been a couple weeks, and we haven't been here. There's been a lot going on. So I'm kind of getting caught up on things that I wanted to get out of my system a couple weeks ago.
So you're going to say that we're filled with old news?
I'm filled with old news. I don't know about you.
It might be new news to me. I have no idea.
But I think it was about a week ago here. I lost a friend and a good buddy at work. He was hit by a car up in the Flint area, and didn't survive. And I work with him and his son, so it's kind of a messed up situation, because it's like I was friends with him, but I'm also friends with his son. So it's like I didn't even, like Scott. I'm like, Scott, I don't know what to say, and
yeah, it's real difficult.
And he's like, there's nothing you can say. He goes, but the fact that you're here and trying to help, me and my family through this, he goes, that really means a lot, and so I just want to.
Well, sometimes the actions do speak louder than the words.
Yeah. Yeah, and Scott's a good dude. Him and his sister are kind of going through a rough time, and I just want him to know that, not just me, but a lot of us at work were, thinking about him, and we'll be there for you. My boss and Steve, like, best friends for 31 years,
Wow.
Yeah. So it was hard at the funeral, to see my boss, like, really shaken up. He lost his best friend, like, I mean, it's been weird at work. It was hard to work.
I bet.
Because, even the owner of the company was there at the funeral, and he came up, to us that were there that we worked with Steve like every day, and he's saying, how you guys holding up? It's like, I don't know. I'm still like, I can't believe, Steve took care of himself. He ate good. He worked out a lot. He was like one of them workout freaks. Because I was having a problem with my shoulder when I first started at the company, and Steve tells me, he goes, oh well, talk to Scott, his son Scott. He goes, talk to Scott. Scott does something with these bands or something, and it really helps, like, your upper body and that. So I went and talked to Scott, and he goes, oh yeah, you need to get these. They're like bands, and you can, like, hang them in your door, and you just pull on these bands, and it'll help strengthen up, like, your upper body if you're having problems with that, And it's just like these guys know, because they do it all the time, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not a workout dude, like, but I was in pain, and they're like, yeah, if you do this, it'll take care of that pain in your shoulder, and it did. The pain went away. So, yeah, just really nice guy. He was one of them at work that if they told you, well, we just need this, just do this. Steve did this and this and this and this. Like, Steve did above and beyond what was asked at work all the time. Like, he never, like, I'm just going to phone it in on this one, That wasn't Steve. Steve never phoned it in. So, yeah, really really rough time last week and that, so we didn't do a show because I had to go to the viewing and the funeral and all of that. So it was probably better that I took a week to kind of collect myself, like
Well, sometimes it's needed.
because it was a hard one, man. There were a lot of tears and a lot of nice things said about a lot of things I didn't know about Steve. Like I mean, I've only worked with him for like 4 years, but the group of guys that we work with at work, we're all really tough. Well, I mean, Olin works with me, so I mean, we're all friends, like
Yeah.
first and foremost, we're all friends. And then we work together too, so it's a pleasant work environment, and there's not like anybody there that is like, oh, hey, that guy over there, he's an idiot, like everybody gets along. So it's even harder when everybody works together and gets along, and then you lose somebody that you really liked, So
Yeah, it makes it difficult.
Just want to let Scott and his family, Scott and his sister and the whole family there, let them know we're thinking about you, and we're here for you. So I think that's all the kind of sadder stuff. Well, I don't know if this is sad or not. David Lee Roth announced his retirement.
Was he really doing stuff to begin with?
He's got a residency in Las Vegas. He's got 5 shows left.
How long has he had a residency?
Since Kiss kicked him off the tour.
When was that?
That was back when everything kind of opened up and you could start touring again. Because I guess Gene Simmons said, I don't do a Gene Simmons impersonation, but Gene Simmons was like, yeah, Dave, you're not very good, and you don't sing on key anymore.
No kidding.
So you got to go. So they got rid of him. And then the Twitter universe blew up because how dare you badmouth Diamond Dave, and Dave's a legend and the voice of Van Halen, and
Legends eventually die. That's how they become legends.
Yeah, and I don't know if Dave can't sing anymore. I don't know. But it's probably not cool.
Wait. We all know there's issues with him because it goes back when they had David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar touring with Van Halen, that there was issues with Dave's voice.
Well, they didn't tour together.
Well, I mean, I thought they did things with, like, one of them would sing some songs and then come out and do other things. No,
they wanted to do that before Eddie died. They wanted to bring all they called it the kitchen sink tour.
Well, that's about where it probably belonged with the singers.
They wanted to. I don't know. Sammy's very good. I like Sammy.
Sammy's still got it.
Sammy's got his pipes, and Sammy can sing.
David Lee Roth probably can't even do the splits anymore in the air.
No, he can't. No.
I mean, that's all he's known for, was that jump video. No offense, but when I think of Van Halen, I think of those first MTV days where, they were all rocking out. He was running around on stage, jumping and doing the splits in the air. And
when I think of Van Halen, I think of Sammy Hagar. I'm sorry. I know that's going to offend a lot of people, but the Van Halen I liked was Sammy. I thought it was much better. The songs were better. They sold more records with Sammy. I mean, to me, there's no doubt that Sammy's the best one. But I've got a lot of friends that, would like to kick my face in for saying that, you know.
Well, I think the first few albums though were all. I mean, how many albums was Roth with them?
He was just with them for what, like 3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and those were the majority of those are the songs that get airplay. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, but Sammy was with them for a long time too. They did a lot of albums.
Yeah, all the slow ballad stuff came from Sammy.
Not all the slow ballad stuff. That's not true. There's a lot of heavy stuff on there with Sammy.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't heavy. I just said slow ballad.
No, there's a lot of
Maybe
stuff that
heavy
is not ballads with Sammy.
Basically, it went from Nobody Loves Us to All the Girls Love Us. As I mean, you know, when David Lee Roth, it was like, what, you know, she hates me. And when it was with Sammy, it was like, she loves me.
Yeah, but see, everybody thinks Sammy wrote songs about love. And, you know, the song Love Walks In
Yes.
is not about love.
I don't know. You know.
It's about aliens. Like Sammy has come out and said it was about aliens.
Yeah, I heard about that. Him and a little bit of stuff smoking.
No.
And alien encounters.
He believes in aliens. I believe Sammy's correct. There are aliens.
Yeah, I think he's thinking he had an encounter too. He's come out and said that.
He has, yeah. He's had that kind of stuff. And that's because there's even a line in that song that says, just like, oh God, I can't remember the line, but it's something about like an alien. God dang, I got to find the song now. I got to find the song. We got to play it. We're going to play Van Halen. If I can find Van Halen, there's Van Halen. Let's see, where do we begin? Because we're going to do that. We're going to play Sammy and Dave. And I'm going to show you that not all Sammy songs were slow. Oh, come on. Finish What You Started was a good one. That's a good one, man. It's almost like a country song, but it's a damn good song. How can you not like that? We'll do this. We'll play Dave, Sammy, Dave, Sammy. How about that? We'll mix it up, right? If this computer would let me click on the folder. So you probably want Hot for Teacher, huh?
I don't need Hot for Teacher.
Because that's a David Lee Roth song. Well, David Lee Roth didn't do love songs, right?
Cradle Will Rock, that's a great song.
I don't see that on here. That could be on the other one, though. Let's look on the other one. I don't see that on. I got their best of, so that's what I'm going by. Well, you said Jump, right? That's what you said.
I mean, there's quite a bit of albums that David Lee Roth was on.
Yeah, but you said all he's known for is Jump. That's what you said. Those were your words, not mine.
I think that's the biggest song to me because that's the one that freaking was overplayed on MTV when I was a child. But I mean, he was what? He was in Van Halen 2, Women and Children First, the worst selling album of all time called Fair Warning, Diver Down, and wasn't he part of 1984?
Yeah, that's what Jump is on, 1984, yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, he left the band.
Yeah, because he went to do a solo, and he did Eat 'em and Smile and A Little Ain't Enough. And supposedly he did like a blues album, which I have not tried to look up, because apparently he did like a whole blues album, but I don't know.
So 5150s started the Hagar
Yes, sir.
years. So that's like album number 6.
Yeah, and that's a good one, 5150. It's so good that Eddie Van Halen named his studio after it. 5150. So what's that tell you? He didn't call it Jump. He didn't call it Jump Studio, did he?
No, what 78 was when the first album came out with David Lee Roth.
Okay, so David Lee Roth was in the band for 6 years. Sammy was in there a lot longer. A lot longer.
Yeah, but they produced the same amount of albums.
Let's see. What else can we... Yeah, there's a good one. That's a later one.
I mean, their first album, Van Halen, You Really Got Me, Running with the Devil, Jamie's Crying, Ain't Talking About Love. 4 out of the 5 songs everybody knows on that album. Dance the Night Away, Beautiful Girls, and Somebody Get Me a Doctor off Van Halen 2. Women and Children first, in the Cradle Will Rock.
You said Beautiful Girls?
Everybody Wants Some. That's another one that was off of that same album.
My favorite album is the one with Right Now. That's my favorite one. I should find that.
Ah, the Fuck album?
For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, yes.
Yeah, fuck.
No, it's For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. That's what it says on the album. It does not say fuck. I would just like to make that clear to our listening audience.
I mean, Hot for Teacher, Panama, Jump, and I'll Wait were off 1984. I'd like to see a list of song by song with the singles that were released to see which one of the singers actually released more singles under that band.
Van Halen sold more records with Sammy than they did with Dave. I know that for a fact.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just stating, though, there may be more singles with David Lee Roth singing than albums sold with Van Hagar.
Van Hagar was the shit. Here, I'll get another David Lee Roth one in for you.
I don't know. When I want a feel-good Van Halen song where I want to jam with the vehicle and the windows down and drive, I probably listen to more of a David Lee Roth Van Halen than I am a Sammy Hagar Van Halen.
I enjoy the Sammy stuff better. I'm sorry. I think it's better music. I think Eddie played better. I think the band was better by then. And I feel like it was more of a, what's the word?
I have no idea what you're looking for.
It was more of everybody together as a band.
Collaboration.
Collaboration, yeah. And I think when Dave was in the band, I think Dave just like wrote the lyrics from what I've heard from I got an audio book about Van Halen Rising, and it's a very informative book. And apparently, Dave didn't know how to write songs, and it took him a long time to figure out how to write songs. And he couldn't sing, and they tried to send him to a singing coach, and he had a hard time with it. But I think Dave wrote the lyrics and the band probably came up with the music. But when Sammy was in the band, I think it was more of like a whatever you said.
Collaboration.
Yeah, that. We're going to play a lot of Van Halen, apparently. If I can get the folder. What was the other one you said?
I don't know. I was just naming songs. What was that right here, right now? That's probably my favorite Hagar song.
I mean, Best of Both Worlds. That's a fucking kick-ass song. How can you not like that? I'll play you one that you don't know.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh, I got one you don't know. All right, so we got 20 minutes of Van Halen.
And we'll still be debating afterwards on who's the better.
Oh, there's no debate. Sammy Hagar is the better singer. Flat out. I mean, Sammy Hagar is like actually a musician in that, you know. David Lee Roth was just like a showman.
I'll agree to that. He was a showman.
I mean, he can't sing. He's not a great singer.
I mean, we all know the only reason he got the gig is because he had
a PA. He had a PA
system.
system. Yeah, that's in the Van Halen Rising book. Because Alex and Eddie said, yeah, we don't really like the guy, but he's got a PA, so what could we do?
Well, they liked him enough to do 6 albums with the dude.
They didn't like him. I mean, it's in the book. They flat out said, they're like, we don't even like the guy, but, you know, I guess Eddie didn't want to sing and play guitar. He wanted to just concentrate. Because when the band first started out, Eddie sang. And I guess Eddie was just like, it's too much. It's too much to sing and
well,
play.
You know, it'd be really hard to smoke a cigarette on your guitar, play the guitar, and sing at the same time.
Yeah, he couldn't do it all. So he's like, I need somebody else to sing. Let's get this idiot that's got a PA. Because when Sammy came in, Eddie was a big fan of Montrose, so he had already known Sammy's work. You know, Sammy's already put out albums with Montrose, you know, and put out solo records. You know, so Eddie was like a huge fan of Montrose. Him and Alex both were. So they were like, they were already talking about replacing Dave when Dave joined the band.
Well, doesn't mean anything. They still produced a lot of great songs with Dave.
I'm just telling you.
It doesn't matter.
If the guy was so great, why did they want to get rid of him when they just got him?
Look at how many bands tour that hate each other where they've had to have them separated.
I don't know what you're talking about, Guns N' Roses.
I bet you don't know how they were introduced or who was the introducer.
I don't know what you're talking about, Black Crowes.
Of Hagar.
I don't know what you're talking about, Oasis. You want me to keep going, or should I just stop?
No, you're doing fine. You're on a roll there with bands that hate each other.
Hey, it's true.
They make money.
Yeah. Like, I fucking hate that guy. Oh, we can make money? Fuck, I'm in. Oh, Skid Row. They hate their singer. They won't even reunite with him. But
anyways, I got this useless piece of trivia.
Oh.
How was Eddie Van Halen? Who was the dude that introduced Eddie Van Halen to Sammy Hagar?
It was his mechanic at his garage.
What kind of mechanic?
I think it was like a Ferrari.
Yeah, you fucking suck.
Because
I'm done. Because
Sammy and Eddie had the same mechanic at the same garage.
The same Ferrari dude.
Same Ferrari garage. And Dave had left the band and all of that, and Eddie was getting his Ferrari worked on. And the mechanic says, "You still looking for a singer in that?" He's like, yeah, we're looking, you know. And he said, well, you know, this guy comes in here, Sammy Hagar. And Sammy Hagar, you know, because like I said, Eddie was a big fan of Montrose, so he loved Sammy. And he's like, yeah, what? You ever thought about asking him? And he's like, no, I wouldn't think that Sammy would want to do it, because he was a solo act at the time, right?
Yeah, he had just come off the success of I Can't Drive 50.
Yeah, so he was making money. He didn't need to join Van Halen. And that's
but if Eddie Van Halen comes up to you and goes, hey, dude, can you sing in my band?
But my point is, Sammy was already an established singer and artist. He was well known already. So he didn't need to go to Van Halen and like, hey, I'll be the singer, Like, matter of fact, when he went to Van Halen, he had problems right off the bat because the record label he was under said, oh no, you owe us one more Sammy Hagar record. And he goes, no, I joined Van Halen. And they're like, no, we want our record. You signed a contract. You owe us a record. And you know what the record was that he put out?
What was the record?
Unboxed. He did like a
Greatest hits.
Yeah, he did like a greatest hits. He put like a greatest hits together. He's like, fuck. And I think Eddie played like bass on a couple songs and all of that.
That's funny.
Because they were like, let's just put this record out, this best of, or box set, or whatever you want to call it. I have it, by the way. And said, let's put that out, and then we can concentrate on Van Halen stuff, And that's what they had to do in order to get Sammy in the band, Because he was contracted by, I think it was Warner Brothers or something, to put out one more record. And he's like, I ain't putting out another record. He's like, I'm doing strictly Van Halen. They're like, no, you owe us a record. He goes, okay, here's your best of. And I mean, that's a smart move on Sammy's side of it, because he could have sat there and struggled, like, oh man, I got to write songs and all that, And finally he was just like, shit, let's just throw a best of together. And there you go. And apparently Sammy hates best of records.
Well, their best ofs are pretty much just a. I don't know. I'm there's like, I don't know. I look at a best of as like a non-live concert album.
Yeah, it's basically like, hey, here's all our best songs put on one album.
What we think are our best songs.
And it's always open to interpretation,
It's usually like maybe 8 out of the 12 are decent.
Yeah.
The other ones are like, why the fuck did they put this on here? This other song.
Well, I like
better.
The Van Halen best of. I like what they did because they got the Sammy songs and the Dave songs, but they don't do they didn't do it in chronological, like, hey, we're going to do all the Dave stuff, then all the Sammy stuff. They got like a Dave song, a Sammy song, a Dave song, a Sammy song, 2 Dave songs, 2 Sammy songs. They mixed it up. And what they also did is they recorded some new songs. Like, maybe they weren't new songs, but they were songs that were never
previously.
Yeah. Because Up for Breakfast, which I'm going to play, it's a great fucking song that was never released. And it was a Sammy song. And then there's another one on there called Learning to See. There's one on there called It's About Time. So they put out some newer songs that weren't released before, and they added it to this best of, which I thought was pretty cool,
Well, I guess you're just going to have to try to swing my heart, which won't happen.
Well, we got about 30 minutes of Van Halen, so.
Damn.
I guess I should just
stop bragging about how you think Sammy Hagar is the better singer.
I guess there's only one word: jump. I remember this video seeing Eddie playing the keyboard. And I'm like, how the fuck is he playing the keyboard? I'm like, I didn't know Eddie could play, keyboards. I thought he was just a guitar player. But you don't realize, him and Alex were trained to play piano and everything.
Oh yeah.
Like their dad was a musician. Jump. That means I ain't winning no money. Yeah, I've been trying not to work long days.
Yeah.
Well, just because of the risk,
Well, when you drive like 2 hours to do one job, that's like one permit, and then you drive 2 hours to do another job that's a permit.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I've been trying to do like 8-hour days, and every time I try, I end up, 8.75, 9.5.
No, it's because of the drive time that gets added.
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to add.
Fuck you. You drive more than 30 minutes, you should get paid. Heck.
Well, they say you should lose the first hour and the last hour every day.
No.
And my boss was like, no, we ain't doing it. That's not happening.
You can't, because not every job every morning is the same distance from your house.
Yeah, but what they're saying is you got to give up the first hour and the last hour every day of drive time.
No.
That's what they're saying. That's what they say. I don't do it, but that's what they say. I mowed around the ditches before it started raining, so. Some kind of alien waits for the opening and simply pulls a string. That's the line. This song's about aliens. It's got nothing to do with love. But it's got love in the title.
Maybe it's for the love of the aliens. See, it's a slower feeling song. This would be like a Sunday morning cruise music.
It's a good song.
I didn't say the songs were bad. I never did say that at all.
Yeah, see, contact is all it takes. It's about aliens.
Maybe it was an illegal alien.
No, it's about...
They were from California.
I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to play the drums.
You will. You'll be back to normal in no time.
I didn't even ask the doctor, you know, like,
Why wouldn't you be? Once the bone heals, you'll be just fine.
guy at work, Derek, he said this buddy of his broke his wrist, right? And you know, they golf together, you know. And he said, he goes, the guy would always like slice it or whatever. He goes, after his wrist healed, he said because he couldn't turn his wrist anymore. He said, he's got a beautiful swing. I said, are you telling me I might be better at baseball now? He's like, I don't know. He said, we'll find out after it heals, right? I said, yeah, I guess we will.
I guess you'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to swing a bat.
I think you will. You'll be just
Well, I
fine.
mean, where am I going to go to test the theory?
You got plenty of batting cages around here, don't you?
October, they'll all be closed. End of October?
They got indoor golf freaking domes. They gotta have an indoor batting cage.
Yeah, that would be hard to bat. Without turning your wrist?
Jesus Christ, it's Downriver Baseball Center. That's an indoor batting cage.
Well, there's one in Taylor. Forgot what it's called.
Riverview, Michigan.
Riverview's too far. Taylor's right down the road. Why do I want to go all the way to Riverview?
There's Midway Sports and Entertainment.
I don't know what that is.
Doesn't look like they have anything worthwhile. Taylor Sportsplex was a hockey place.
No, not Taylor Sportsplex. Place is in Taylor over by the mall.
What, North League, Little League?
Are you lonely?
No.
Husband not satisfying you?
They don't come up with having an indoor range.
Or you're just looking for a guy to show you a good time?
Right by
Please
Gander
call
Mountain,
John
over by
Fox
the mall.
Escort and Entertainment Services. John Fox is
We went there and we hit at the batting cages.
Were they indoors or outdoors?
It was indoors.
Well, that's cool, but they may be long gone after COVID.
So if you're a lonely woman, or maybe your husband just isn't doing his activities and you are of legal drinking age, call John Fox today at 313-FOX-JOHN.
Like, I don't know how soon after this is, how soon I can, like, start trying to do stuff, you know?
Any diseases acquired by utilizing John Fox Escort and Entertainment Services are the end user's responsibility and will not be looked at.
I think I could bat left-handed. No, I couldn't. 'Cause I can't straighten the bat out. You hear that?
You could practice bunting.
There's a soft little ballad for you.
Man.
score me some heroin. That's a lie. That's what he said. He said, score me some heroin. God, I hate when these football games have like no score. It's like, come on, I want to know if I'm winning money.
All about the money.
Yeah. I was thinking about that stupid gas line out to the garage. And I'm like, man, it'd be real nice if I could put a furnace in there. I've got a furnace.
Yeah, I know.
You know, just that damn tree on the garage. I gotta trim that shit up somehow.
Yeah, it's gotta go.
Somehow I gotta get up
If
there.
you want the furnace in that area, it's gotta go.
And I don't know how I'm gonna climb up there and trim all of that.
Not right now, you're not. Probably not till the spring. Because at any given point now, it could snow.
I'd like to. Man, I wanted to go bow hunting. I'm like, nope, I need to buy me a crossbow now. So I can do it. I saw 3 deer here on Beverly.
I believe it.
Ran right across the road. Now,
There's a lot of vacant land. Big places they can hide in the trucking companies.
I thought Jamie was full of shit when she said there was deer around here. I'm surprised they don't come into my backyard.
If you put corn out there, I bet you they would. Get a deer tag and shoot them out your back door.
Oh, God, I don't even know if I should do that. See, it hurts like right here.
Well, that's because you're pulling muscles that are contracting when you're moving. The cast is to keep the bones in place. There's plenty of people that can shoot with their feet only, so you can't give up yet.
I'm not the guy that can shoot with his feet.
You don't know that yet.
I will tell you, I've learned to do a lot of shit left-handed now. I can type left-handed just fine.
Well, maybe we need to put your bow on a tripod so you can pull it back handed.
Build a tripod for it.
Well, that's all we need to do, right? We need to have a steering wheel and a mount, right? And have it mounted sideways so you can pull it back and have it locked in place.
No, it needs to be vertical like this.
Why?
Because I got to look down the sight.
You can change that. Put a red dot on it. You'll know where you're aiming.
And you got to be able to sight it in. Because you got to be able to adjust it. Do I got to shoot higher because it's vertical? Well, how am I going to adjust it if it's sideways like this?
Like it's red. Lift you backwards.
Then it'll go like that. Won't work.
You have no faith. Design a bow for you. There's a few amazing archers out there that can shoot on their feet.
You telling me this is a soft ballad?
It's not a driving song. Hear that lick? That lick just says fun.
She was a seaside, just swinging and drinking on the riverside. On top of the world, oh yeah. She had a drink in her hand, she had a toast in the sand. Oh, wow. What a beautiful girl. Ah, yeah.
I guess Hobbs at the Wayne game tonight.
Not good for him. I'm a little peeved at him.
What do you do?
He's a little peeved with me.
What happened?
Well, I freaking invited him to go out to Port Huron to shoot every gun I own. And too far of a drive for him. I'm like, dude, I'm providing you with like $400 worth of fucking ammo. And you're gonna bulk about driving up to Port Huron? Oh, and I asked him to pay, $25 for the guest fee. I mean, still, that's, and he was like, well, why can't we just go to a normal range? And I didn't even want to get into, all right,
Well, I think because he doesn't have a lot of extra free money, Like, I think that's the problem.
I offered, I told him, I didn't say you had to. I'm like, I would like you to pay this.
Yeah.
But, for the guy that doesn't want to work for the man, what did you get, free parking at the Winning Camp tonight? I don't know. If somebody said, hey,
Maybe
show up.
somebody gave him free tickets. It's pre-season, so you can get free tickets, yeah.
I'm just, I was just like, I'm providing you almost $20,000 worth of guns to shoot. And fucking 400, I'm not charging you ammo. We can, because I was like, we could do this and, we could do a segment for the show. I'll come down and talk about your experience. I mean, I'm not talking, what's the go? Here, shoot a gun. I'm like talking, I'll bring my 50 cal out and you can shoot it. Kind of a thing. So, I don't know. I was a little peeved, a little bummed out, but he reminds me more and more of CJ. No offense. I don't know the guy, but I thought it would have been a cool segment. And I get, the other thing is, if we went to a local gun range, then I got to make 4 or 5 trips to the counter, and then we got to make 4 or 5 trips from the counter to the actual inside of the booth, and then we got to find somewhere to put fucking all these cases, and then somebody can walk off with one. It's easier when I can just pull up to the range and we can have a casual time. There's no time restraints. We can do this videotaping.
Well, I'm just thinking it's probably a money issue.
It is.
Like,
Just understand why it's whatever. That's fine. Then he's like, oh, I made it this long without shooting the gun. I don't need to. But whatever. I don't care.
I've never shot a gun.
You want to come out? They give you the same offer.
I'm just
You
saying,
can bring your bow there too. I got an archery ring.
I've never shot a gun because I've always been a bow guy.
Suicide may feel impossible to overcome.
I mean, I'm not, I'm not slamming him. It's just, I don't know.
Call the National Suicide
You were
Prevention
bummed, is
Lifeline
what it
at
I was a little bit bummed out.
1-800-273-TALK
Yeah,
to
that's
speak
what
to
it
a
was.
counselor.
You were
Or
bummed.
visit Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
I thought it would have been a cool thing for a show
It's confidential.
and stuff.
It's available 24 hours a day.
It sort
7
of bummed
days
me
a
out a
week.
little bit.
Yeah.
And even if it feels like it,
It is what it is.
you're not alone.
There's another little ballad.
It is a ballad. The best part of it is the piano playing.
It's gonna rock.
Just because it was in Twister doesn't mean anything.
It ain't got nothing to do with Twister.
It's the movie that made it famous.
It ain't the movie that made it famous for me. I like the song before it was even on the movie.
This is probably the best David Lee or best Hager Van Halen song. It's the only one I really would get excited for.
No, there's other better ones. And you want to know something about this song?
Out with it.
You hear the keyboards, right?
Yeah.
There's a guitar solo in this.
Yeah.
But he's playing the keyboard. How does Eddie play the keyboard and do the guitar solo?
Maybe it's pre-recorded.
Sammy did the guitar solo in this song. The only song.
He did agree to play, rhythm guitar and vocals, so I wouldn't surprise me that he would do the guitar
he said
solo.
he never did a guitar solo in any songs. He said, but right now, Eddie was like, I'm over here doing all of this. I can't. He goes, you lay down the solo. And he goes, that's why it's not a great solo. If you listen to it, he goes, solo's not that great. It's just kind of like,
how the fuck do you compare it? You can't be like, yeah, I did a guitar solo, and fucking Eddie Van Halen's the actual real guitarist in the band. I mean,
well, he goes, because, somebody was interviewing him and they're like, that's a great guitar solo. He goes, no, it's not.
You can't tell it wasn't Eddie Van Halen?
And it's like, I never knew it wasn't Eddie Van Halen. Like, I never knew till, Sammy came out and said, yeah, I put the guitar solo down on that. It's like, that's why it's a quick little, like whatever, like. I'm like, man, I can't believe Eddie would be like, yeah, Sammy, you do it. Like, that's crazy.
Well, it's not like he didn't know how to do it, though.
Yeah, but Sammy's not, like, a great guitar player,
No, but he's solid enough to have a career.
But he was always, like, a rhythm guitar player, Like, he even said, he goes, if you listen to his solo stuff, he goes, if you listen to my solo stuff, he goes, there's me playing the guitar, and then I stop, I sing, and then I come back, play the guitar, sing, He says, that's the only, he goes, I can't play guitar and sing.
It's hard.
And so I go back and listen to Sammy Hagar songs, and I'm like, holy shit, he's right, you can hear it. He stops playing guitar while he's singing, and then he starts playing again, and then he sings. It's like, I never noticed,
You gotta listen to that. You can't say that. You can obviously tell it's not quite as smooth as.
Well, this was recorded live.
Be.
This was recorded live, so that one could be Eddie.
True.
But he's saying the one on the record is him. Because he goes, if you listen to it, it's not a great guitar solo. He goes, I can't do all that stuff Eddie does.
Not many people can.
No, who can,
Did you ever watch that that old person that I sent you, that guy that was doing all that shit on acoustic guitar from the 50s?
Yeah, that is not Eddie's dad.
I never said it was. I said it was an inspiration for Eddie.
No, it wasn't.
You don't know that.
No, it wasn't.
He picked up some of it.
No, he picked it up all by himself.
You're saying he couldn't have seen that guy somewhere down there, watched or heard of him?
No.
He was doing all the tapping shit well before Eddie was.
I don't know about that.
That video was recorded in the 50s. You didn't watch it then, did you?
Oh, I've seen it, yeah.
And he was tapping and doing all that crazy shit.
Yeah, see, that's all Eddie.
Turn this thing around. 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 Turn around.
Sammy didn't even want to shoot the video for this because the video for the song, because he was sick. He was like really sick, like he had the flu or something. And they said, no, you got to come shoot your parts. You know, he goes, I don't want to do it. I don't feel good. You know, like they're like, no, you got it. We're only doing it this one time. You got to. So he like flies out there to shoot his parts. And he goes, yeah, if you look at me in the video, I'm just like
Dead.
Yeah, he goes, I'm barely like alive. He goes, I didn't even want to be there, you know? This is Up for Breakfast. Previously unreleased. Hey, there's my rubber band. I love that. I use it on my clipboard to hold my paper down. And I never knew the Ice Cream Man song was a David Lee Roth song. David Lee Roth wrote that song before he was even in Van Halen. That was like his song.
His one and only song.
Yeah. And like when he joined the band, I guess Eddie said, hey, why don't you do that Ice Cream Man song you got? You know? He was, you really want me to do it? Yeah, go ahead.
I tell you what, though, it is a nice bluesy song. I actually like that song.
Well, Eddie liked it, you know? So he's like, why don't you do it? Because I think Dave plays it himself, you know? I think Dave plays it on the acoustic by himself, you know? Like, I'm not sure, but I think that's... It's probably a good time, too, for Eddie to take a break, you know? Like, yeah, you do that, I'm going to chill out for a minute. Cream in my coffee, first thing in the morning, butter on the biscuit. So early in the morning. Yeah, that's a ballad. Sounds like a ballad. He's got the yeah, that's a ballad.
Yeah, it's still a slower song, though. There's a different energy between the two.
What? That,
You're acting like I'm saying it sucks. I didn't say it sucked. I never said it
this
sucked.
guy's rocking out on the guitar. The
So
ballad?
is Steve Vai.
Ain't no ballad. Some rock. Cream in the coffee. What the fuck is that?
You playing with a dryer sheet?
I don't know what that is. Sucks, man. I gotta like clean up around here, and I can't pick up half this shit. I gotta move. I'm like, yeah, Jordan, take the air conditioners out, man. I'm like, I don't want to do it because if I do it, I'm afraid I'll break the bone again. Whoa, we got 2 listeners. What happened?
Oh, they'll go away as soon as we start talking.
Oh, what is the thing I do with liners or something? Yeah, right there. I have noticed, though, that Dan listens to Odd Show now and he doesn't listen to mine.
Yeah. We're no longer funny. Because wrestling's going on right now.
Dedicate one to the lady.
Dedicate one to the lady.
Sometimes your baby needs something to keep you cool.
This is a upbeat song.
To keep you cool.
Dave don't do ballads.
Look out now, though.
This is a blues song.
Tell you what it is. I'm your ice remain. Stop it when
We're
I'm
passing by.
Oh my, I'm your
Ice cream man, stop me when I'm passing by. There's a guarantee to be satisfied.
Hold on a second, baby. I got one man with hot Dixie cups. All flavors and push-ups too. I'm your ice cream man, baby. Stop me when I'm passing by. See now all my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. Hold on one more. Well, I'm usually passing by just by 11 o'clock.
Just about 11
Never
o'clock.
stop, I'm usually passing by just around
Doesn't
11
specify morning or night, though.
I know. That's what I was wondering.
You be my regular style. All right, boys. We got one love and then I'll Dixie cups. Oh, flavors ain't push up to other ice cream man. Stop when passing by. See now all my flavors guaranteed to satisfy. Yes. Oh, your ice cream man. Stop me when passing by. Oh, your ice cream man. Stop me when passing by.
God, I can't win no money on fantasy sports.
Huh.
Huh.
This is a weird, stupid fact. It was originally written in 1922.
What's that?
Not even written by David Ross.
Oh, it's a cover?
Yeah. Recorded by Chicago's blues musician John Brim in 1953.
Well, Eddie
At
had
Test Records.
Eddie had just said, hey,
Yeah.
you had this Ice Cream Man song. So it must have been like a cover.
It is one of David Lee Roth's favorite songs
Yeah.
that he pushed to get on the Van Halen album.
Yeah. Ow! Ow!
To satisfy.
I'm Dan, the Superman, and you're listening to The Plankman Show on TapDetroit.com.
Guaranteed to satisfy.
You just found out a fun fact about that song.
Yeah, it did.
You want to share it with the rest of the class? Or?
All right, class. Today, we have a special guest. Please say hello to Officer Stadenko. Anyways, no.
Oh, that was good. That was pretty
Anybody that was a Cheech and Chong fan might get that right.
good.
Anyways, but yeah, that song was actually written by a guy named John Brim,
John Brim. Who the hell's John Brim?
Chicago's blues musicians who recorded that song back in 1953.
Oh, I thought you said 20s.
Oh, he was born in 1922. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I got my dates stuff mixed up. But
Yeah.
still, 1953 is a lot older than 1977 or 78.
Yeah, because
Gene Simmons didn't even want Van Halen to record that song. He laughed at him and said, ha, but I'll let you record it anyways.
yeah, well, let's not forget that Gene Simmons was supposed to launch their career, and did he really do it? No.
Nah.
No, he didn't. They had to figure it out all on their own, you know? I think that's when they signed.
What was it? I mean, people don't realize, though, that, the Van Halen brothers were actually immigrants.
Well, yeah, they're from Denmark.
Not a lot of people probably knew that. I didn't know.
Or
that.
not Denmark, Holland, right?
Yeah, and it was they didn't get along with many people until they actually did music.
Well, it was because Eddie and Alex were brothers. They were immigrants, and they couldn't speak English.
Yeah,
So the only people they could talk to was each other because they're like, we don't. I seen them do an interview like in Denmark or something, and they did it all in Dutch.
Yeah,
none of it was in English, and I was like, holy shit.
yeah, but you see them play and all that stuff, and people don't realize that. I mean,
No, like people don't understand. Lars is an immigrant. Lars isn't from America. He's Dutch too.
damn, Dutch produce a lot of good music.
Yeah, Lars's family is like big into the tennis playing, like they're superstars in tennis, I guess. And he was supposed to be a big time tennis player in that, and he decided he wanted to play music in America. And there you have it. But yeah, because the Van Halen's father was a musician, like a traveling musician or something, over there in Denmark or Holland or something. I can't remember where. Netherlands. And
George Baker's from the Netherlands.
They would Eddie and Alex would go with their dad on some of his gigs, and when they had moved to America, their father would take them to some of his gigs at like hotels or whatever, and there was this one time where Eddie's dad says to him, and Eddie's like, I don't know, 10, 11 or something like that. And his dad says to him, he says, hey, our piano player ain't here tonight. I need you to get up here and play piano for me. And Eddie's just like a little kid. He's like 11 or something. He's up there playing piano with his dad, and that's pretty cool, that his dad was like, yeah, you can do it. You're 11, you can handle it,
That's right. You can do this stuff. Get up here and play.
So Eddie was already playing, like professionally at the age of a kid, like, so that's pretty impressive. That them guys are just so talented, and people just don't even understand. And then like, look at Eddie's son, Wolfie. Wolfie's really talented. I don't think people give him enough credit. They think just because he's Eddie Van Halen's son.
I was surprised the single that they were playing on the Riff not too long ago when he came and opened up for Guns N' Roses.
Who's that?
Wolfgang.
Which single?
I don't recall what it was off the top of my head, but I was like, wow, that stuff's pretty good.
No, he's got some good
music.
I was,
everyone probably automatically assumes Van Halen is going to sound a lot like Van Halen.
Well, it
was like his own.
The Van Halen fans want Wolfie to sound like Van Halen, and he won't.
I heard like they were playing, and I can't remember the name of the song. But I was like, oh my God, that shit's good.
No, he's got good music, man. And I give the kid credit for being like, look, I'm doing my own thing. I am not doing Van Halen. Van Halen was my dad and my uncle, not me. Even though he was in the band for a little bit, he was in the band just to get his dad out to tour. He didn't even want to be in Van Halen. God, I got the burps. But he didn't want to be in Van Halen. He wanted to do his own thing, but Eddie wouldn't go out on tour unless Wolfie went with him. And I don't know if Eddie was worried about, going down some of the old roads of, drinking and all of that. And maybe he felt like, well, if I got my son there, I'll be on my best behavior, I don't know. But that's what Wolfie said was the only way I could get my dad to go on tour was to join the band. He wouldn't do it if I would. He goes, I'm not doing it unless you come with me. So, that last tour that you saw of Van Halen, you can thank Wolfie for that. Because if he wouldn't have done it, it wouldn't have happened,
Only thing I can say is I was quite impressed.
No, he's got good
stuff.
music. He's got
Yeah,
good.
he's in the mix of hard rock alternative.
Yeah.
It's
I've listened to his album and it's really good.
so is that like his only album then?
Yeah, he's only got one album.
Damn. You need to play some of that shit.
Mammoth WVH is the band, and I can't. The song that he dedicated to his dad or whatever.
It could be "Don't Back Down" is the song I think they played.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the one he dedicated to his dad. It's about his dad. He wrote it when he knew his dad had cancer and wasn't going to make it. Like even played it for his dad. And his, Eddie's like, oh my God, this is a great song. He said his biggest fan was his dad. He played every song for his dad, and his dad was like, this shit is good. You got to get it out.
It's good stuff. I was quite impressed. That doesn't say much coming from a two-bit critic that's on a podcast show with one listener right now.
No, we got two. We got somebody in Texas. Thank you, Texas. I can't think of the name of the song, but
Mr. Ed. That's the track listing of the first album.
No. I can't.
Oh, wait, no, that's not. That's the one Distance, the second album. Sorry.
Distance. That's the song. I suppose you want to hear it too, huh?
Only if you play the other song. Distance was the first single, and Don't Back Down is the second single.
Distance is the one about his dad. It's the one that'll get you bawling.
Yeah, but you gotta follow it with Don't Back Down. Gotta do it.
Yeah, how am I doing this from my phone? Like, excuse me, could you stop? Because Ted wants the next song.
That's right. You've got a pause button. Play a liner in between the two. Hey, they owe us money now. F them Liberty stuff. Bastards. Creeping in on our airtime.
And playing the piano. And playing the drums. Damn.
That was intense.
Yeah, how can you watch that and not get teary-eyed,
That's
man?
pretty
Like,
cool, the footage of him being a
yeah,
youngster with
yeah.
Eddie.
Yeah, I like the footage of him between his dad's legs, and then Eddie pulls the shirt over him, and he pulls the collar all the way down to pull Wolfie's head out. It's freaking hilarious.
That
Like,
was pretty cool.
like, oh my God, man, how can you watch that and not get?
That's just, I mean, and then the last part of it, you know, the last section with him actually on stage with his dad playing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it's wild.
What was the other one? Don't Back Down.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, that's hard to watch and not get a little emotional about, man. Like,
I will admit I did get a little teary eyed
oh, well,
watching the video.
you know, you sit there and think, like, man, I mean, Wolfie's what, 30 now? You know, I can't imagine not, you know, I'm, what, 48?
Yeah, you're real tight with your dad.
Yeah, I can't even imagine, you know, like, I'd be devastated, you know, and that's why I got a little upset, you know, when the whole Twitter universe and that is like, well, if Wolfie's going out on tour, he needs to put Van Halen songs in his set. No, he doesn't. He
He's
doesn't
not
need,
Van Halen.
he doesn't need to do anything he doesn't want to do. If he wants to play a Van Halen song, great. If he doesn't, that's great too. This is all his thing.
Yeah,
Let him do what he wants.
it's his band.
You know, if he decides, you know, in 2 or 3 years or something, like, hey man, let's do a tribute to my dad and bring, you know, Uncle Alex back out, and, you know, maybe get Sammy to come out, you know, and get some guest guitar players in that. If he decides to do that, that's great too, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
but
what?
that'd be a huge emotional thing on stage to have to do.
Oh, I don't know if you saw it. I think it was on Twitter or something. You know, his mom, Valerie Bertinelli, you know, she posted a video of her and like some of her girlfriends at her son's concert.
That's awesome.
And she looked so happy. I mean, she looked like a kid, you know, she's like, oh my God, this is so great. You know, she's like going crazy. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, she looks like a little kid and she's at her son's concert. You
That's
know?
awesome.
Like, that is so cool, you know, like,
Yeah.
like she's still, you know, going out there and supporting him, you know, that's pretty awesome. You know, he got pretty lucky, man. He got two really, really cool parents, you know?
He did.
So, and I know he said his other uncle, you know, his mom's brother or whatever, was kind of behind the whole Mammoth WVH album. Like, he helped them produce it and all of that. So That's pretty cool that he's still keeping it in the family, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Like, oh yeah, I've seen this video. Yeah, I know this song. Let's see if it'll.
Not have any
Uh,
prerequisites.
it probably will.
Yeah, it always does. Because it's a great song. Very good song. That we're all happy to listen to.
And he plays every instrument. He's everywhere in here.
That's funny.
That's so great. You know. There we go. That's all wrist. see the video because he plays every instrument. He's the engineer, the producer. And at the end, he goes, "How was that?" He goes, "Oh, it was good." Then he looks at himself and says, "Oh my God, that was terrible. We can fix that, right?"
Now everyone's gonna probably hate me for this, but in that video, he sort of looked like Jet Black from Schoolhouse, or that. What was the name of that movie?
School of Rock.
School of Rock.
I just, the kid is talented, man. Like,
well, it's obvious. I mean, the video's hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
He plays every single.
He plays every instrument. He's the sound engineer. He's the producer. He's like, "Hey guys, where's Wolfie?" Like, "Oh, he's in there." Like, and he's talking to himself. Yeah, I don't know how they shot that, because I don't know how you do that where you can show him.
Well, he was in a different studio in each one of those.
No, but I'm saying when they show like the band shot, all four of them are him.
Yeah,
I don't know how they do that.
He recorded each part separately, and then they bridged them together with video software. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, man, but it's fucking cool. And yeah, props to Wolfie, man. He's I didn't know we were going to do an entire show on Van Halen tonight, but
that's your fault. You brought it up.
This turned into the Van Halen show. Wolfie and like the entire Van Halen family. Like, geez, let's find some music of his dad's and play that too. Let's find Eddie and Alex's dad's music and play that. Why not? Like,
you realize though, Man with VH is just pretty much him when he goes on tour.
No, it is. He said, because somebody said, "Well, hey, who are these guys that you got in your band? You know, how come you're not just doing it by yourself?" And he's like, "I can't play all the instruments on tour by myself."
Yep. So I mean,
so he brought some of his friends with him.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
But all the music's written by him.
No, he records it. He produces it. Because he's got 5150.
Yeah.
It's his studio now.
Yeah.
He inherited it. You know, like, it's his. So why not use it? Why, he doesn't have to deal with a record label and that, you know? Yeah. He can just be like, "Fuck it, I'm putting it." He said that one day, not anytime soon, but he said one day in the future, he will go through some of his dad's archives, of like the shit that his dad was like, "this ain't no fucking good. We ain't recording it," Because I guess
probably a lot of sound tapes in there of him just playing.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying. Like, there was one online. I wish I could find it right now. There's one of Eddie goofing around at 5150. Eddie's just like doing, and this camera guy just walks in, and Eddie's just wailing away on something. I don't remember. Eddie Van Halen 5150 studio. Let's see if that's it.
Very talented people. I mean, that's a lot of musical genes in your family.
Yeah. I'm trying to find it because it's like this guy just like walks in on Eddie as he's recording and he's just like laying down some tracks, and like Eddie doesn't even know the guy's there till, like 3 or 4 minutes into it, and it's just, I just can't seem to remember which video it was. It's gonna be one of those things where like I might.
The show's over, you remember it exactly.
What is this one? I'm trying to see. No, that's not it. That's not it, because that one, he knows the guys there. It's like he's literally like jamming away on the guitar in the studio, and then this guy just walks in and he's videotaping Eddie, you know, but Eddie doesn't know he's being videotaped, you know, because he's just like rocking out on the guitar.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like not looking, and the guy's there for like 5 minutes or something before, you know, Eddie turns and goes, "Oh, hey,
Shit, there's a cameraman." Damn cameraman. That's just showing up out of nowhere.
yeah, they do that."
Damn paparazzi. How dare they?
Oh, wait a minute, I might have found it.
Uh-oh.
I think I found it.
Uh-oh. He thinks he found it, people.
Hang on. Let me back it up.
He's gonna back it up.
This ended up becoming Amsterdam. He flips off the camera guy.
It's funny to watch.
But that became the song called Amsterdam on the Balance album, if I remember right. So he was just like rocking away, because, you know, and you can see him going, yeah, kind of like that, you know, and then it goes like this, you know, you see him just playing it out, and it became the song called Amsterdam, which is a really good song on Balance.
It's
I believe it's on Balance.
it's really cool to see somebody of his caliber play because it looks so effortless. I mean, I don't know if you saw his hand movements and his pick motions. It was all free flowing and just like effortless, which is just amazing. I get out there and I'm just all over the place slob. That's all I gotta say. But I mean, you see somebody of that caliber and you can tell they're a good guitarist just because it looks like they're not even playing. It's just so smooth, not even trying.
Well, there was one bit of news that we had to get out there that I don't want to forget about before we get to the end of the show here, because we're almost there.
Chet,
We had a bit of kind of Steel Panther related news, right?
we did. Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, the old bass player.
Lexi.
Well, I guess his real name is Travis.
Travis.
Travis has started a new band.
He did?
Yeah, and it's called what was it? Hollywood.
You're gonna, I wish I had a few more seconds to prepare for this.
Yeah,
one.
I'm trying to think of it. It's Hollywood something.
Monsters.
Hollywood God something.
Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters or something.
Oh, let's see what we got here from blabbermouth.net. We have former Steel Panther bassist Travis Haley. Did I get that right? Haley, his last name?
Sounds right.
AKA Lexi Fox, has announced the formation of his new band, Hollywood Gods and Monsters, with longtime friend and television celebrity from MTV's Pit My Ride, bitch! Diddy Day. Whoever Diddy Day was.
I don't know.
It's not that he didn't find Steel Panther challenging. He just wanted to broaden his musical horizons.
Yeah, because I think what he's doing here is like completely different from. I think there might even be like a rapper in the band and a female singer.
That is possible. Travis, Diddy, Brian, and Danny with their female singer 7, 11, or 7 even, something like that. Chris Aragon, have known each other for over 20 years and have been collaborating on this musical mismatch. Travis says he's very proud of what they've accomplished in his other band. Nothing can take away from the memories and the camaraderie that existed for all those years, but I felt it was time for something new. When I heard this music, I knew this group of friends and music I wanted to collaborate on. Because Diggity, I don't know, is it Diddy, Diggity, Brian and Danny all played Nervous together, and I've been best friends. Or, I'm sorry, I fucked that up pretty bad. I can't read and speak at the same time. Anyways, they previously were in a band together and best friends, Haley, for more than half their lives. The opportunity to form a new band was simply too compelling not to do so. So Diggity confessed to the challenge and the kind of music they would construct, and once they figured all out, the shit was set in stone. They also have enlisted the help of a rapper named Hype, aka HMK, who's a phenomenon in the world, not just of rap, but also as a vocalist. He released a song called Money and Power. And it just goes in to talk to a bunch of the other stuff.
Yeah, but that's cool that he's still doing music. They, I know Steel Panther probably, kind of made a joke out of it, like he's going into the dog grooming business or something. It's like, huh? And then to hear that, he's coming out with this band and all of that, is pretty cool. And if you notice the band shot, he doesn't have long hair. Like he's that was a wig, dude. But they're playing a character. It's it's part of the show.
It's a lot of hair to have to maintain on a concert tour like that.
Yeah, it's part of the show. Well, talk to Michael Starr. His is real. So But it's part of the show. It's what you want when you're going to a Steel Panther show, and now what he's doing is completely different, and he can uh, be himself, or whatever you want to say.
So Travis comes out and says, "This generation, the one before it, and the one that follows are right for bands like us. It's about losing yourself in the music, about dancing, about feeling alive. That's why the DJ scene has conquered music, because people want to go to a show and identify and recognize the songs they've ingested. They want to come, or they just want to be enveloped in the music, and they know their friends, and hell, even their parents know."
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy that he's still doing music. That because when they announced that he was leaving or whatever, it was kind of like they didn't, they said, oh, he's going in the dog grooming business or something. And it's like, huh?
Well, they probably wanted to wait, let him do the announcement, didn't want to take away from him.
Yeah, but I'm glad to hear he's still doing music. So I'm going to have to see if we've been sent anything. I don't know. It didn't really say in there that they had like released any music or anything yet.
It
so.
said they had done some collaborating, but it didn't come out and say, "Hey, we've got a new music CD out."
Yeah. So I'm going to have to investigate and see if they're going to put out any music, and if they are, maybe we can get Travis on, because I interviewed him and Styx, back in the Steel Panther days at the Royal Oak Music Theater. So we might be able to line up an interview once they get their music out.
They do have an Instagram if you want to follow them, Hollywood Gods and Monsters Instagram.
Of course they do.
They have a Facebook page.
No Twitter. Everybody does.
They do have a Twitter.
I was gonna say everybody does Twitter.
Yep, Hollywood Gods and Monsters at HGNM the band for their Twitter.
Okay.
But it doesn't say anything about them having any music released yet.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I'm sure if they release something, we'll be able to, get Travis on and, try to find out some stuff, like what made you want to do this, do an interview, get a little bit of the scoop. What was it like being in Steel Panther for all those years,
Our new mashup, we did a fusion of Jackson 5, Van Halen, Macklemore, and this shit ain't Sesame Street kids. This motherfucking mean street. If your ass ain't shaking to this, get to the ER stat because your ass fell off. That's on their Facebook page. In case you wanted to know.
Hollywood Gods and Monsters band. Let's see what we got. Wait a minute.
I don't know what we got. Maybe they're just talking about it.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, God damn it. Why is it every time you want to start the video? What was that?
Sounds better. Mine sounds better.
Oh, well, I don't need you to tell me about a teaser for the new band.
That's right.
I want to see the teaser.
Go to their Facebook page and you can see their teaser. That's what I played. Yeah, maybe that might be it right there. No?
No, this is the same thing I had before. Wait a minute, what's this? That's like a concert or something.
What's the date on that?
I can't tell if that's them.
I don't know, but I'm going to send you something. Get through Messenger. Can you play it off that? Off their Facebook page?
Because it says Hollywood Gods and Monsters Band.
Yeah, this is the latest mashup, supposedly, from them. And I'm going to send you. It's untitled. I just sent it to you in Messenger. See what it's about. Because it's like 4 minutes long, so it should be pretty interesting. The singer.
Wow.
Yeah, you like that shit?
Holy shit.
That's just one of the things they're just playing around with. They just call that a smash up, I guess. That's what they call it.
Yeah, because it's like a couple different songs all together. Like, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, they got a Facebook page. Check it out. Hollywood Gods and Monsters. Look forward to great things from those guys.
Yeah, wait till they record some shit. Damn.
It's pretty fucked up. It's awesome stuff, man. I'm impressed.
Well, I didn't know the show would be all about Van Halen today.
Except for the last 5 minutes.
But they were playing Mean Street by Van Halen.
Yeah.
So that's more Van Halen.
I guess you got a point there.
It's all been Van Halen since like 5 after. Or whatever, because I played 2 Slaughter songs. So I played 2 Slaughter songs, and everything else has been Van Halen, Wolfgang Van Halen, or Van Halen related. I did not expect this show to be a Van Halen show, but it's what it turned into. So I guess to end the show,
we should end with Van Halen.
Well, it would be appropriate to end with Van Halen's Amsterdam to show you the song that Eddie was recording in that studio that he was doodling around with. So I guess that's a good way to end it, right? Like, let's see if it plays a commercial. Of course it does.
Yeah, why wouldn't it play a commercial?
All right, well, we'll play this and then that'll be our show.
Yeah, man.
Oh, wait a minute.
That didn't even sound like it. Sounded like a snippet.
That was the end of the song.
Yeah, it's like you said. Song didn't even sound like there. What the hell?
Yeah, let's start that.
Do it right, motherfucker.
Here we go. So we will play this. This will be the end of the show because we're already like 11 minutes over.
God forbid.
You know,
The boss is gonna come in here and yell at you.
Yeah, well, he's busy.
Yeah, pushing the buttons.
Yeah, so, yeah, this will be the last song, and then don't forget to tune into the Odd Pod tomorrow night, and everything else we got going all weekend, you know. But here's Amsterdam. This is the song that we played the video of Eddie kind of working it out in the studio. Here's the final product.
Where?
It's coming.
Sure.
3,
See
2, 1, boom.